I did an all day long set. I played like 10 hours. I got absolutely leathered, and like that was kind of yeah. I couldn't even stand up at the end.
So you're a fucking athlete, you know. You're training.
Yeah. I mean, athletes are a flattering word.
Yeah, it's pretty flattering. This is degenerate.
So I saw Richie's content maybe about 2 years ago. So I DM'd you saying, I'm in Miami. If you want to come, let me know. He fucking ghosted me, guys.
I didn't fucking
Anyway,
ghost
he
him.
came crawling back.
Oh my god, bro, stop!
I don't think Miami people can go for that long. Do you think they can?
Every time there's people at space at fucking 6 p.m. on a Monday.
Do you think on Tuesday afternoon it'll still be packed?
For sure. Fucking Olympic degenerates.
Elites.
Ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to episode 9. It is, right, T? Yeah. Episode 9 of the TSL Time podcast. Today we're here with the very special Josh fucking Baker, baby. How are we?
I'm good, man. Thank you very much. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. Fucking, what time is it? 10:24 a.m. You get your run in today?
Run at 4 a.m. We landed at 2 a.m. And yeah, we're going to try and stay awake all day, sleep for the party, and then get involved Miami style.
Wait, you ran at 4 a.m.?
Yeah, man.
No, you did not.
Yeah, because we landed and I couldn't sleep. So I think the flight got in at about 1. We drove to the hotel, say it was 2. And then in the UK time zone, that's like 7 a.m. And I wake up super early. So these two behind the camera managed to get good sleeping, but my sleeping pattern's fucked, man.
That's fucking crazy, bro. 4 a.m. run.
Yeah, man.
Do you usually wake up that early back home when you're...
In the UK, 5 is my go-to.
Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
How long have you been doing that?
Maybe like 2 years, but I think it's the secret to balancing the hectic gig schedule. On a Sunday night, I'm strict of like an 8 p.m, phone off, everything. Then because I go to bed so early, then I wake on the Monday really early, resets me, go again. And it also helps when the gig is super late at night. Like tonight, I'm playing 4 a.m. It means sleeping before the gig is so easy for me. So I think it's actually a bit of a hack.
Dude, you've broken this shit down to a
Yeah,
fucking
man.
system here. There's no way you were always like this, though.
No, but I've always been a morning person. Whether it's creative stuff, business stuff, my brain just works better in them early hours. So it makes sense to me to try and front load the day with training, studio sessions, meetings, whatever. But then in the evening, I'm pretty lazy and pretty, like 5 p.m, I pretty much do nothing. So I don't think it's the only way and the best way to operate things. But for me, it works good. So that's how we roll.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way when it comes to content as well. It's like after the gym usually. I mean, I don't know about you, how creative you feel in the studio or when you're making music or just thinking of different ideas. After a big training session, I'm usually kind of like...
On it or not? You find the training helps or doesn't help?
I find that I'm fucking foggy afterwards.
Well, I think it's interesting. Some people say, like, do you find the running helps your productivity, for example? But I think there is diminishing returns after a certain amount of training. Like, if you go and blast a gym session for 60 minutes, which is intense, I don't really think after it you think, okay, I've got all these ideas in my head. You're almost like blank. I think there's a fine line where you want to almost be feeling good mentally, the exercise is getting you kind of moving, but if you absolutely send it, then trying to do work is pretty tough.
Yeah, if you train too hard, then I notice that like the fog is much higher. But if it's maybe a light jogging session or not like a max intensity run, then I feel pretty good.
Yeah. I think doing some cardio and things like that, like zone 2 kind of stuff is good. Then go and do something that's creative, but smashing out like a high rock style workout, then expecting to be on the ball with like making tunes, not a good combo.
Yeah. So how do you split up the time? I mean, how often? I mean, during tour, are you training?
Honestly, I've not been as disciplined as what people think this summer.
It must be so fucking hard, bro. I couldn't do it when I was with Seth.
Well, I did a marathon at the start of this year, so I kind of chose to do January to April, which when the marathon was, pretty dialed in. January did sober. February kind of started to dip my toes back into gigs, drinking a bit. Then I'll admit, by the time March came, I did an all-day long set in Manchester. I played like 10 hours, I think, in the day, or like 8 hours, and then I did a loft after party. I got absolutely leathered, and like that was kind of, I couldn't even stand up at the end. I came off the decks, and I read a thing, I don't know which shoot that said this, that like adrenaline, supposedly, when you're nailing booze, and the adrenaline from like DJing, for example, because you're so locked in, all this, it kind of cancels out the alcohol. I don't know if that's true or not, someone can fact check it, but it would make sense with DJing, because there's many times when I played, been like super locked into the groove, people can't even tell I'm that smashed. The minute you finish playing, it's
smashed.
Like and I was like, oh my god. But yeah, from like that gig, I started to party a bit, like kind of progressively a bit more every weekend. I did this marathon in April, then since then, summer, like we had a good time, me and the crew. It was the first year playing all the big Ibiza shows where I met you at Cova Santa. So I've just basically tried to keep Monday to Friday lifting or running at least once a day. Just keep it ticking over. And because I wake up so early, it's like ingrained into my almost like personality now. It's like who I am, I think, that I'm someone who wakes up, has a coffee, goes and does some kind of exercise, and then cracks on with the day. So it's not even a chore in my head. It's just kind of who I am now. So that's how I do it. Yeah, system, really. It's like, I don't think about it. It's just systemized always, unless I'm like, the hangover's got to be super bad. I'll always go and do something in the morning, even if it's just a walk after a gig, say something like you all have had with Seth on tour. Even if you wake up at say 11, just go and do a walk, something like that.
The walk is game changer.
Yeah, before getting the flight, there's nothing worse than waking up rough, then going straight to the airport.
Terrible.
Then by the time you get there, you can't be asked to do anything either. Then you just wait for the next gig, and then it's like try and not get stuck in the loop is probably a big tip.
Dude, there's nothing more that I hate than getting on a fucking plane hungover as shit. Like I don't even, my travel, I usually get a little bit anxious sometimes on planes, and if I'm hungover, like going through TSA or doing any of that, I hate it. But after the tour, I feel like now I'm like immune.
Bulletproof.
I'm bulletproof.
But it's bad because now nothing scares me. Like people go to me like, oh, like, what about no sleep? What about this? I'm like, I've done it before, man. I survived. I'm here. It's cool. Last time in Miami, actually, we went to, I played in Floyd, or the first time I came, went to Floyd, then Spaces next door, went through there, and Prunk was playing. Man, I got absolutely leathered. And then I think I got in at like 10 a.m. Had to fly to, where did we go? Where did we go, Jake, after Atlanta? Oh, I was like seeing stars. You wake up and you're still smashed and like anxiety. Yeah. You're not sure if you're going to throw up. Like,
oh, God.
Yeah, so I feel like I'm not scared of anything. But what was your worst hangover of the tour?
Bro, that's a great fucking question. To be honest, I drank 20 drinks a day. So anytime we felt a little bit hungover, we were just like, let's drink more. But I think the worst was when it was like 2 back-to-back days where it was like no sleep. And then I don't even remember what show it was, but I lost track of time, to be
And
quite honest.
What were the lessons you learned on tour with trying to hack the hangovers? Well, to be honest, from speaking to you, I don't think you found any hacks.
No, bro, to be honest, the truth is, and we laugh about it now, is that like the mission of like, let's make the best possible content, let's do business on this, like not business, but just let's really create something great content wise on this tour. It kind of failed because I was telling I forgot who the other day, it's not about the flight times, it's about the total travel time. And so like when you're getting to the airport an hour before and then going on a 1-hour flight in between Europe and then getting picked up afterwards and it's another hour and it's 4 or 5 hours a day.
There's not much going on, is there, really? Like some people say to me about the vlogs and stuff, like, oh, what did you do this weekend? Well, that weekend, I'm like, to be honest, mate, by the time you like drove to the airport, sat in the airport, got to the hotel, checked in, etc., rested for the gig, not that much goes on between the shows apart from traveling and then trying to rest.
Yeah. So worst hangover, I couldn't tell you because we kept drinking. Yeah. And that was the only way
just
to
one
keep
big
going.
hangover by the sounds of it.
Oh no! Actually no. The biggest hangover was the 2 months after I got back. It was rough, bro. It's been now. I mean, we got back September 4th, 5th, and like as soon as I got back, I was like I need to keep drinking. Like
PTSD,
dopamine. Like even my ears. Like I had to listen to music like 6 hours a day, even when I was just like chilling and like, it was rough, but we made it through. Now
we survived, bro.
Yeah, now we're feeling amazing again. But dude, yeah, it's actually what you were saying before about the system of going to bed before the shows. That's amazing because we weren't doing that.
Yeah, it helps. I don't know. We're still toying with the idea. Like, do you feel better? Sometimes, like for example, I played in Bristol on my birthday. And I woke up, my alarm didn't go off. I woke up 30 minutes before my set or something crazy, or 45 minutes. It's on the vlog. And like, I was still fucked when I got to the show. Like, you go to the show and you're kind of half asleep. So there's that thing of like, is it better staying awake, kind of getting in the party? I'm still trying to figure that out, man. When it's a new experience, for example, say I'm playing, even like Space on Sunday, it's an evening gig, such a good set time, so I don't have to worry about that shit. But like DC10, for example, last year, I don't think I slept once before them. Because when it's the first of that,
the adrenaline.
you kind of like too buzzing, and you don't feel tired anyway, so it's like, you don't fucking need to sleep.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, even if you drink, like you'll still be, like you said, adrenaline out. You won't feel like you
worry about it afterwards, man. We're bulletproof, so the whole thing now, there's no fear in any of it.
Yeah, but yeah, I wanted to bring up, man, Spotify Wrapped came out yesterday, and I was doing a little bit of calculations on my phone, man. You had a 2,000% gain in
well,
listeners.
That was...
Or no, it was 1,000% gain.
No, it was 2,000% in streams, total streams. So basically, that was only to October. So if you go from... I can see the data in my phone. It's actually 2,500 because Misleading came out like 4 weeks ago, and that's already got nearly 1 million streams. So yeah, it was for this calendar year. It's 2,500%. Sorry, increase in streams, which is fucking crazy, man. And I made your top 5, didn't I?
You did. Fucking amazing.
And you got a personal message from me.
Huh?
You got a personal message.
Yeah,
That pops up. Yeah,
that was amazing. But no, so you had an 1,100% gain in listeners.
Yeah,
you
that's
had
individual.
600,000 listeners.
Yes, that's individual people, new listeners, which is fucking crazy as well.
So for me, it's like it's been a crazy year for me as well. I think we both had a very transformative year in what we're doing, right? I mean, you told me it's been 10 years since
13 years I bought decks. 13 fucking years
producing
ago.
and mixing.
Yeah, man.
And so, I mean, what has this year felt like, bro? You had, roughly 50,000 listeners on the calendar last year. Now you have 500,000.
Yeah, it's so...
How does it feel?
How does it feel? It's weird, right? Because I feel like I've been ready for this year for maybe the last 3 or 4 years. But then I also thought next year was going to be this year. I feel like I've done 2 years of growth and kind of achievements that I thought would take, until the end of 2025. So it's almost been one side of me was always ready for this. I felt like I was ready to play these big shows during these big weeks like we're experiencing over this weekend. But the other side of me had already kind of premeditated that this year was going to be another year of like building, it wouldn't really pop off. Tracks were still going to get played, but not kind of on a more commercial level. But it all just clicked out of nowhere because some of the tunes that went big this year, I made them last year. So it didn't really I didn't really foresee that, something to me would go on and get 4 billion streams this year. Misleading I made last year as well. So it's a weird one. There's part of me which is like really shocked and taking it all in. But then part of me is like, I knew this was going to happen one day, just didn't know when. And I feel ready for it. So yeah, it's a bit of both. Because when you've done something for so long, like, I don't know.
You knew it was coming.
I knew it was coming.
You were going to do, and you were willing to do anything until it came.
Yeah, and like I said to people before, like I had the patience. So no matter what, I was going to wait and wait and wait. But then when it happens, man, you don't know, because like I said to Kurt, manager, maybe 6 months ago, like looking back now, I laugh. I said, we're never going to experience this level of growth again. I was on like 30,000 followers on Instagram. And then I've done like 30,000 in the last 2 months or something like that. So,
you're at 100,000 now.
Yeah, so the point on the curve, the inflection curve that kind of just goes like that. I think right now, I don't know what point of this I'm on, but like the curve was just about to go up. And I thought I thought I was on a roller coaster. Every day I was waking up thinking, this is fucking crazy,
It's insane.
100 new people followed me, but like that was nothing to them what happened the month after, then the month after, then the month after. And it was just an accumulation of
riding the wave.
Yeah, riding the wave, but like new music coming out, documenting what I was doing more, just finding what worked for me kind of and doubling down on that, and not forcing it whatsoever either. Like a lot of people kind of always say, like, what's the secret to content, that thing that you're, a real master of as well. But like you just kind of find your thing and just have fun with it and double down on like, I saw that, for example, sharing what music I was working on was working well. I knew sharing more about my fitness pursuits, people resonate with that, and it all just started to accumulate, and then yeah, now we're here.
I think that's one of the reasons why you've crushed it so hard, and a lot of people are starting to notice is that, just because you're a DJ or just because you're a fitness person doesn't mean that's what your whole brand has to be based on. You know what I mean? You showcase a bit of the running, you showcase, of course, the music and all these different things. And because people connect with more than just one aspect of a person. And so I think that's been so sick to see, and why I think your brand is fucking crushing.
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, and it resonates with me more as well. I don't try and like...
Because they really know you. I don't mean to cut you off, but they know that you're not just,
exactly.
DJ Bruiser, you're a fucking athlete. You're training.
Yeah. Athletes are a flattering word. But yeah, for me as well...
yeah, it's pretty flattering. He's a degenerate.
Shit. Yeah, a degenerate athlete.
Hybrid athlete.
Yeah, I think for me, I think what do I enjoy watching? And I like seeing what people's kind of... true kind of mastery lies in. So I'm not a master of music, but like that's kind of what I've excelled in and built a brand on. But I also like seeing people show other stuff. So I kind of just like to inspire people how I'm inspired by others, because I've seen people do cool shit, like do marathons, do other shit and document it, and I'm like, okay, I want to do something similar, but try and weave it through with other things that I do. So yeah,
I think you have a natural gift for the talent, though. For the content. Not to glaze so much here, but bro, I remember when dude, you sent me that fucking DM when you played at Floyd.
Let's tell the story about that.
Dude, that's insane.
So I saw Richie's content probably like 2 years ago, and I was playing in Miami, and I thought, I knew, I was like, this guy, he's cut from the same cloth. Like, we're going to get along. You know, you're healthy, degenerate stuff. So I DM'd you saying, I'm in Miami. If you want to come, let me know. He fucking ghosted me, guys. He fucking ghosted me.
I didn't fucking
anyway,
ghost
he
him.
came crawling back.
No, I didn't see the DM, and I had already listened to a ton of your songs.
Yeah.
I didn't see the fucking message. And then one day, I'm on in my bed, just like scrolling through YouTube on my TV, and I see like your vlog in Ibiza. And I was like I think it was a Cova Santa vlog, and I was like, what the fuck? Let me check it. I didn't know you were making YouTube. I watched your fucking video, and I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Like, this is such a good fucking video, super raw, just taking the viewer through like what it was like to be, you know, performing in Ibiza. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking look at his IG, and then I see the message. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I mean, at the time, I mean, you followed me. I think it was like 4 months after I started making content.
Yeah, I was
So, like,
early, man. I was
never,
early in the way, bro.
I had never really connected with any artist that I enjoyed listening to, and then. I mean, by the time I had read your message, like things had began to pick up a little bit.
Popped off, guy. That was too big for him. By
I was like, yo, we got to link up at some point and do something. So, and then flash forward to when I did the tour with Seth, we got to meet in Ibiza, which that was a fucking great show.
That was a good party. I like that venue. That was Dan said he liked there as well. I met Dan there as well. We spoke about it on this podcast. Yeah.
I didn't make it to the second half of the night though, where it was downstairs that you played, right?
Outside is cooler though. Well, outside is like it could be a bit louder, but yeah, the outside open air is more Ibiza to me.
That's the most I mean, all of Ibiza is like so UK, but that club, bro, was like everyone was from somewhere in the UK, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, also the DJs as well.
They followed us around. It was a sellout party, so I think you find like when a British party sells up, when a British brand goes to Ibiza like us, you know, people feel like they're a part of it, so they want to experience it, and people fly out and things like that. I think Cova Santa as well is quite a British club.
Yeah.
Like all the parties in there, I've got most of them are from the UK, so I think it's kind of as expected. But yeah, the Brits support you. They shoot you down sometimes, but they're also loyal fans. So
yeah, dude, I've noticed even with like you know, so my distribution of like audience is like US is like 50%, but then it's just like, you know, English and Australian.
Really?
And when I was in London and just like the amount of fucking people who just showing love, fucking degenerates, fucking hitting suites, I was blown away.
Really?
It was crazy.
Every time you went out and about, I assume they must do, man.
Bro, it was fucking crazy. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
I
wild.
really couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, I've come all the way here and like we have fucking people hitting fucking seeps in London, fucking crazy as hell, which was sick. But definitely got to get out there again.
Yeah, man. What's your plans for touring?
No plans right now, but definitely want to get out at some point in 2025. Travel all over the place. Probably go back to the island.
You've got a lot of followers though now, man. What you on Instagram?
Dude, we're almost at 1 million.
Fuck, a world tour should be coming.
Yeah.
Just got to think how you do it.
Yeah, that'd be really sick. I think the one thing we learned from this tour was more of just like the organization that goes into.
You didn't do any like meet and greets, did you? Not meet and greets, but kind of like community events around your personal brand.
That's something I want to do.
Yeah, because you've got your thing now, your mentorship, haven't you? Your fitness kind of.
I have a community.
Community. Yeah.
So I mean, I connect with those people on a deeper level, but nothing in person at the moment right now.
Yeah, you could definitely do that, like an extended version of that around the world. You know, it's like a free like I've done the run meetups before, but they're just fucking hard work because they always work around gigs. So it's like you do a gig at the night, then you've got to do a run club the next day. I did it once, like in Norwich, and we got hammered the night before. So I finished playing at 3 and the run club was at 9. And there was people turning up without sleep and shit. And I was like, oh man, someone's going to die at one of these. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah, maybe one day we do a TSL run.
This would be good, man.
And you play for like an hour.
Yeah, it's on.
And we get everyone to get hammered or after the run.
We'll do this at Hide and Seek Festival.
You do this at Hide and Seek?
Nah, you should do this though. Now, whilst you should come to Hide and Seek Festival. 5th of July.
Where is it?
It's in Macclesfield. So that's the festival that me and my team have done for. This will be year 6. But yeah, man, that's a proper British festival in the countryside, Manor House. I'd want you to experience that.
I'll be there.
Yeah, man.
July next year?
July the 5th.
All right, we'll fucking send it. Because 4th of July here is kind of... Actually, I shouldn't even say that. It's a special holiday.
Yeah, cut that out.
It's a special holiday. But, I mean, I think a change-up would be pretty sick.
Yeah, man.
But, I mean, on the business side, too, bro, I mean, you're doing so fucking much right now. You have your... What's your platform called again?
So it's called Syntho. Yeah, that's my music education platform, which I started 4 years ago. Just from COVID, like, you know, everyone's back was against the wall. I was already doing things online, teaching on Zoom, and it just made sense to try and offer something which was more affordable, complete, and then who knew what it would grow to be. Fast forward now, it's an app. It's got like social features, I think like 600 videos, content from basically all the top DJs. But yeah, it's a headache but it's also rewarding being able to give people back something that I didn't have, because I knew what it was like. 13 years it took me to get here, and I would not hate, because it's been fun, but I think it'd be cool if people could bypass some of the hurdles I faced, because it's quite a grey area. If you go to college, you're often learning from like a guy who didn't quite make it as an artist, which doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same with like business, not to go kind of too deep down that rabbit hole, but
Yeah, that
you go to like university to learn about business from like a guy who's clearly not got a business. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, with the music stuff, I went to a college for a year and I did a music course, and it was really crap. So I solved like a big pain point I experienced myself, along with offering artists a way to monetize their skills as well, because we pay artists to make content for us. But yeah, it's good. It's hard. It's hard because it's tech. Like, we built an app, so there's a whole behind the scenes of design work, trying to optimize different things, and trying to just sort, Amazon Web Server, all sorts really, which is hard, but it's fun and it satisfies a part of my brain which staying up late every Friday and Saturday sometimes doesn't. So yeah, it's going good, man.
That's fucking awesome, bro. And it's now been 4 years since you launched it?
4 years. We launched the app 2 years ago.
Is it just you?
I'm a sole founder. Yeah, I'm a sole founder. So it's been like a lot of risk, putting a lot of money into it, taking loans out. Stuff never really spoke about too much. But now I'm more comfortable talking about kind of the level of business that it's kind of grown to, because it's quite obvious now. This year was a real focus on brand building. So kind of prior to the first 3 years was kind of just trying to grow the business month to month. And then this last year, we've really took a step in trying to make the perceived value of the brand to be elite. So you'll see in the content, it's as good as like a Netflix video, like the way we shoot the cameras on top cameras, top editing, and the way it's taught. So like the brand now is like perceived to be really, really high. So like now I'm kind of open to say that this has taken a lot of risk and a lot of money to get where it is. And the plan is to keep growing it. So now it's like house music, but maybe we'll go multiple genres, try to do drum and bass, things like that. And there's loads of features we want to build, because it's its own app. We kind of want to develop the social stuff more. But yeah, it's exciting, but it's also scary, because when it's tech, everything costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And there's not really any way just to kind of reverse it. So you commit to something such as, say we wanted to, for example, build, video messaging inside the app, which is not what we're going to do. But the coding, the design work, everything like that, it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, I always tell Moose, like, I consider myself a bit like technology challenged.
Yeah.
Like, never have I been good with computers, even with these fucking cameras and stuff. Like, I'm not good with tech or anything code.
Yeah.
So I mean, it seems like, I'm assuming, because more of the equipment you use in everything you do, from music production to DJing and all that stuff, you're probably a decent with tech.
Yeah. Making music is quite technical. I actually think
Very
it's
technical.
Yeah. I would imagine it's quite similar to coding, to be fair. But we have like a team of developers. But then even like the filming, like we've got a head of content. There's like all these FX3s, white balance, all that shit. I've stayed away from that. Like all the camera stuff, I'm just like, my brother is my videographer. I've stayed out of that realm. But I can see when I go on the video editing software, it's the same as making tunes. So like I know what I'm doing a bit. I think I'd be a good video editor actually, but I'm trying to stay away from that, because I know if I started to learn it, I'd want to start getting involved with that.
Yeah.
But like,
that'd be too much.
Yeah, then it's just, I know, making tunes and editing your own videos is too much work.
Yeah, dude, I think that's so fucking sick, because I think education is just awesome.
It's rewarding, man, and
it feels good to help.
Yeah, it's good to like see people. Man, the last release on our label, Beck Rollins, he literally did the beginner's course. So like people have literally come from no musical understanding, gone through the whole of my course and released on my label. So like I've literally created a funnel for myself, which isn't like how I think of it, but there is a funnel from people who can literally sign up, then make music and send me tracks to play in the club. So like really, it's really sick. And people who are big artists, like Alicia, she uses the platform. There's loads of names that kind of pop up. Some may not want me to share them, but loads use it as a resource. Like the whole idea is now it's like a library. For example, if you think I want to make tunes like Sydney Charles, okay, I can go and watch his videos in Syntho, see how he done it. Like he's done some, Colt has done some, Gaskin. So it's almost now like a book which you can open and see what everyone's doing and just take inspiration from different people and then go and create stuff. So
have you seen that platform called Mastermind, where they have like chefs and Masterclass?
It's kind of like Masterclass.
That's kind of what I'm envisioning. I have a friend who actually used your platform.
Yeah, it's kind of what we're going for, kind of ish. The same level. The content's as good as Masterclass, and we've just got to work on the user interface being as good as Masterclass. But you can imagine how much money they've got behind it, whereas we're still bootstrapped. So we've got to be careful of what we do next. But they're a good example of like a really good education platform.
Yeah, and yeah, that's fucking incredible, bro. Especially like right now, I keep telling a lot of people, it's like, dude, electronic music, dance music, house music, like, it's taking over all.
Well, America is the
genres.
next step for us, I think. I think having more presence here. I think in England now, like everyone knows Syntho and things like that, and it's the real go-to platform. But I think if we could try and figure out how we can make more noise here, because it's clear how big the market's growing, purely based on the amount of gigs I'm starting to get and the requests, etc. So if we can have a presence here, I see that as a big opportunity as well. But
I think it'll be massive, especially if you like potentially like even talk to universities.
That's what we said, like B2B almost.
Oh yeah, that's what we spoke about.
Yeah, B2B is like a big step, but it's kind of just, it's again,
that'd be insane.
Yeah, it comes back to just bandwidth, man. Like
fucking kids. I was telling Seth yesterday, is like the demand for people, like kids see you and they see this, you know, all these other DJs who are making shit happen, you know, after years of putting in the work and, you know, want to give it a shot. Like, there's never been this much demand to try and be a DJ, even though they don't see the whole fucking picture, right? Everything else that goes into it. Yeah. That idea they kind of fantasize over. Like,
it's tough.
They'll get on the platform and they'll try and learn.
Do you feel that me promoting educational stuff takes away from my edge as like an underground DJ?
Fuck no. I think, bro. I think it's unbelievable, to be honest.
Because that's one area I try and find. Like, obviously, if you've got like your pillars of content, almost, if you look at it from like a bit more of a strategic like way, obviously you got like fitness stuff, you got like your actual gig stuff, then the education stuff. I'm always wary of posting too much of that, because I don't know if it takes the magic away a bit, almost like, you know, it's trying to step like that fine line between education, but then also like you don't come across like, it's almost a bit, it's like the nerdy side, right? The unglamorous side. So it's like how much I want to leverage my own brand now to grow that.
I know.
It's like something is like, it's like a tightrope I'm trying to walk.
Dude, I honestly, I could not relate more to what you just said, because I mean, you know, you don't want to over promote,
oversell as well. Like, forget all the cool stuff. It's like trying to sell to people.
And even though you're extremely proud of it, what you've built, it's been 4 years. You know, it's an incredible product. The perceived value has gone up so much. Something about just promoting, you know, something with a monetary incentive just makes you feel like it can cloud the brand. A lot of my friends tell me sometimes, even with the community and shit, it's like,
you don't post it much. I don't see you.
I don't post that much, and it's and I've worked on it now for 11 months. It's so special. I'm so proud of it. But I still deal with a little bit of what you deal with, where it's like,
it's a bit uneasy. And I think then that's why I've never ever taken any money for any sponsorships, like nothing at all yet, because the longer the wait, the bigger the ask. I know, like, for example, next week if I said, hey guys, use code Josh and you can get 10% off Prime, like, people are like, fuck's sake, man. Like,
yeah, I've never done a code either.
Yeah, I think I will do it when it's aligns right. If Nike, if you're watching this, or someone like, you know, like a brand which is sick, like if there's a brand which truly aligns with me, I would explore some options. But even that, I think what is much more valuable is seeing me always wear a certain brand and not actually speak about it. I've never bought something because someone said use my code. I bought something because someone I respect wears that thing or uses that thing. I think someone using it and wearing it is in more organic way is more powerful than someone going, you know, use this code to get discount on my socks, for example.
100%. Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. And yeah, it's like you see some creators just, I mean, it's
sell the soul, man. But you got to make
you got to make a living.
You got to make a living,
and you got to support creators and stuff. But at least for me, I'm kind of the same way. It's like, if I'm not 100% aligned, if I don't love the product, I've done a few brand deals, all with products that I really liked. You know, I did the caffeine pouches with that company that worked with Mike Tyson. It was an incredible opportunity. I've worked with Thesis. It's a nootropic that gets you fucking super locked in. And I mean, even people from seeing my content who know I'm always keeping it real and raw, like, I would get a lot of messages. Would you? Like, yo, does this shit actually work? Is this bullshit? Yeah. It's like, bro, I would not take $1 for something that, like, why the fuck would I want you to buy something?
Same, mate, guys. If I use it, it's real. But I know what you mean. It's it's just being kind of like being aware of your brand. I see people with like 20,000 followers and they're working for certain supplement company, and I think like it's not the right time. But I think for companies, it's a very good move if you can get these people who are early stage influencers who, you know, they've got like an engaged audience, but they've not got many followers, so they're easy targets, because to the person with not many followers, it feels like prestigious to work for a certain brand, but they're actually just kind of tarnishing their reputation. Maybe is a bit like extreme, but I think just promoting things too soon is just not a good move in general.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you about your business background. But before that, no, to close off on that point, I think like we have been seeing a shift in just like all of social media and content, no matter what type of creator you are, DJ, chef, architect, doesn't fucking matter what you make. Like, the amount of just people selling on these platforms, or just like all this hyper edited shit and just crazy videos. People want just like kind of ugly and
just chill, man.
and raw.
Yeah,
It's
just
like,
chill.
oh, I'm actually watching a fucking human. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like this
yeah.
isn't some crazy little, you know.
Yeah,
But-
I think it's like with events, man. Like you see, like it's a really hard one to get right. Like I still don't know what the best way is, but it's almost like, say someone does a super polished video, like, hey guys, this Saturday we're doing this thing here. It's just like the same thing, but different to everyone else. It's a hard one to get right. Just trying to be real and raw. I do think there is a thing now of like people going back to a bit more raw stuff with the phone held in the hand, talking to it, versus having the multiple cameras set up. Like it's more sincere, feels more personal. It's a hard one to get right. But my advice anyway is just you just got to keep trying and see what works.
That's what it is. She's got to dig tons of holes. I think I told you about it before. It's like the videos that you're posting with, you know, when you're on stage and stuff performing, amazing. Like the running fucking memes that you post sometimes are just the videos great.
That went the wildest out of all of them.
Oh,
no.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
That's the thing. What you least expect
Crazy, man.
is what does the craziest, you know?
Yeah,
that's why
yeah.
that's with me, it's just like, sometimes I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to just have this random thought. I'm going to just record it.
Someone goes like,
see what happens.
Yeah, someone goes, can we brainstorm how we're going to launch this release? I'd go, listen, I'll think of an idea 2 minutes before the post goes out, and it's always the best. When I try and think of this meme, like this genius thing, never fucking pops off.
Never pops off.
Mad.
Because it's more raw and more
The
organic.
spark just comes, but it's hard because if you've got other people around you waiting for the thing, or like we're announcing a thing, you almost need to tell them. But for me, it always comes just before it. Like I find a song, or
I'm the same way.
Yeah, and just comes, clicks, bang the post up, done.
Yeah, anytime I really like find myself in this like loop of searching for what is it that
It's
we
the same
want.
with making music.
I bet.
The same thing.
You can't force art.
It's the
is
first
what
sound.
Jay-Z
The first
says.
sound you click. It's always the first one. Or like I don't think I've ever found a time where there's been a correlation between more time spent on the idea or the track or the video and the quality or the success of the outcome. It always seems to be a kind of like just a spark, but maybe there's a bit of confirmation bias there. I can't think of the times I've slogged it out, but yeah.
Yeah, I bet. I can't imagine when it comes to music. I mean, maybe you just start off with like the kick or the bass or whatever it is. And
It's just simple. I've always found simplicity resonates the most, and like simplicity usually comes pretty quickly. Like it's hard to spend loads of time on something to make it simple, if that makes sense. Because like usually the more time you spend on something, you build it up more. It's like imagine painting a picture. The more time you spend on it, the more colors you add, the more little things you draw in it. Whereas might not be the best example, but if you kind of like draw the outline, paint it, etc., spend less time short, then there it is. I wouldn't really use that analogy for life, but you kind of get what I mean with music. Yeah.
Did you see? It's actually funny. I mean, right now, like it's Art Basel in Miami, and there's always some crazy fucking shit going on. You made me think about like I think last year in Art Basel, some fucking guy duct taped a banana, like a fucking banana,
As his art.
to the wall. Someone bought it for $6 million fucking dollars.
There we go, guys. I was right. Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Can
man.
you imagine? Like that's fuck. I mean, I think that's just extreme to just like something
Simplicity.
simple. And
You
whoever
got a banana then, bro.
the guy fucking ate the $6 million banana afterwards.
Fuck.
Insane. Art Basel's crazy. Have you been? Have you been in Art Basel here before?
First time. It's only my third time in Miami. First time during this week. I'm still a bit clueless to what it is.
Yeah.
What's
so
the one liner? What's the for the Brits watching? I've got no clue. What is Art Basel?
Art Basel is like the closest thing to Music Week in Miami. / It's just what is Art Basel? I mean, half the people here act like they're into art and fucking fashion and all this crazy shit, and they're more just making an excuse to get fucked up and party.
It's life, right?
Yeah. But it's pretty funny because like during elections, everyone suddenly turns into like a political
Yeah,
science
it's the same
major
thing.
who understands macroeconomics and all this crazy shit and just yapping. I mean, I'll admit I do some of that.
Sounds
too,
like you, bro.
And that's with Art Basel. I mean, no, it's just all these different art events, artists from all over the world showing their art. You go to fucking, how many different tents are there, T? 5. Yeah, 5 different shows. You can go look at art. I mean, it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool if you like art.
I'm usually like holding a TSL and I don't even read the little fucking thing on the wall. Just like,
Fuck it, man.
rather go to the parties.
So yeah, it's kind of like off sonar in Europe, like kind of like ADE, but more art focused with some parties along the side.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
it's a good time.
Yeah, that's all that matters, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, did you go to school, bro? Did you go to college?
I went to sixth form, which is the equivalent of high school here for 2 years. Then I went to university, which is the equivalent of college here, isn't it? For a year. And it was a bit of like a moment like that. I'm 9 months in. I just said, fuck this shit. Rang mum and said, like, I'm going to be a DJ. And she just said, go for it. She was really supportive. But I knew like from the minute.
Your parents always been supportive? Of
Yeah, mum especially. Well, both of them really, but I just knew, like something inside me just knew this was going to be the thing, and I literally didn't stop thinking about it every day since. I do something every day, whether it's like find new music, make new music, speak to my team about certain events, or even just thinking about what we're going to do next, etc. From the day I literally bought a pair of decks to now, something every day kind of moves the needle forward. But yeah, I went to college for did business management.
You learned a little bit, or fucking learned more from
learn
fucking
more,
up and doing
Yeah,
anything?
learn more from doing the thing always. Yeah, learn more from that first year of launching Syntho. I learned so much, man. I basically just became a human sponge of all business podcasts. I read like every book by different founders. Reading books from like people who've made mistakes before you and achieved great shit, like the Shoe Dog and.
Oh, that's one of the few books I've read.
Yeah, that's a great one. Just
Phil Knight.
Reading about people who've done the thing before you, I found was really helpful and really inspiring as well to know the guy that made Nike literally was just a normal bloke. Like, it was nothing special and just kept chipping away. And it kind of, them things really make you realize that the ceiling is so much higher than, you know, what you previously thought. But yeah, I learned loads about marketing, management, finance, all sorts, tech. But yeah, I'm not no official kind of education, but you learn a lot when there's money on the line. So
yeah, I mean, dude, now more than ever, the resources are fucking infinite. Even on YouTube, you can learn whatever the fuck you want. The problem is that
you can't find the good shit. That's the problem now.
Yeah, finding the good shit is hard, and you know, there's a difference. Like, if no one's telling you you got to do it, then a lot of times you don't do it. Like, you got to genuinely fucking be really curious and sit there through the hour podcast and watch the YouTube video. But that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
because it seems like, I mean, it was how many years after you started DJing and producing
Syntho
that you started Syntho?
So that was 4 years ago. Now we're it's about 9 years into it. So I had 9 years of kind of experience. But you're looking back now, like I was still pretty new to it then. But I'd already launched You and Me, so that's my like event. That's 10 years old now, and Hide and Seek Festival. So I'd already been exposed to some music business kind of stuff. But that was really simple.
Because it seems like you do genuinely have a big passion for the business side.
Yeah, I like business, man. For me, it's not even about the. I mean, I think the word business kind of directly gets associated with trying to make money because it kind of is that, but it's like a hobby almost.
Like solving,
brand,
finding
brand
a
building,
solution to shit.
Yeah, it's like combining how can, like plugging certain things. Like it's interesting how, for example, doing certain things on Instagram can then make it easy to sell an event, without saying buy a ticket to this event. It's like you're trying to solve different things. I really like brand building. I think that's one thing which I've got a passion for. I've always done different things. Like I've done that Baker's Dozen thing recently. Did a run club, done some merch. Like I find it interesting to come up with ideas and brand is something which is like for me is fun.
To see what fucking happens.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like try something out because it feels good when you have like, I mean, this kind of what I think you probably think about this with when you're making music as well. But like when I make content and stuff, I don't just think like, oh, I have this idea. I think like, how can I create a discussion amongst this like topic that I might just talk about? You know what I mean? So it's, oh shit, sorry.
Don't worry, bro.
Yeah, it's more of just like, can we get people like, you have this idea and then how will people perceive it? Is it a good one? Is it a bad one? And when it's a good one and like a lot of people listening to a certain song and sharing it and you see they're playing it at parties, or when people watch my video and now they're drinking Bustelli or fucking drinking TSLs, it's like it's like, damn, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I mean, there's obviously the dopamine buzz of doing it. But yeah.
Dopamine is fucked, to be
honest,
yeah. in this world.
Yeah, you're telling me, bro.
How's the, I mean, because for me, I mean, obviously, I mean, you're on social media a ton, but
my boundaries are fucked, man. It's one thing I need to work on next year.
Really?
Yeah. I need to try and somehow. I sometimes toy with the idea of like uploading less, but then if something's so directly correlated to the growth of you across businesses, it's not just me as an artist. It's like Hide and Seek, You and Me, Syntho, Baker's Dozen. All of my things directly grow the more I grow on social media. And obviously, what really helps you grow on social media is going harder on what you post and posting better stuff. But it also has that negative effect because it feels like there's always something to check. I'm sure you're the same. Like you can check the YouTube subs, you could check the email if there's any good news in there, you can check Slack, you can check Instagram, you can check TikTok, you can check Coinbase for the crypto.
Oh my God, bro, stop. I was literally I didn't want you to say that. Dude.
There's I think there's about 15 things you can go on a loop. So if you wanted to, you could spend the whole fucking day going on a loop. So for me, I'm not sure what the solution is. Maybe you're about to tell me one. I think the thing is, I heard Andrew Huberman say this, like we're not addicted, we've just got a compulsion. Because if the phone's not in my pocket, like now, I'm not like addicted, I don't need to go on the phone. But it's when it's around you, it's the compulsion of always wanting to check it. Like I don't even realize I'm checking it sometimes. So I don't know what the solution is.
Dude, I think that's the solution so many of us are looking for. Because, dude, my morning routine recently, since the whole fucking crypto shit's gone crazy.
I watched your thing. I watched your latest vlog when you bought the meme coin. Your brothers of you. I was laughing, man.
Oh, bro, that was bad. Yeah, no meme coins, but I've been holding a few other coins. I mean, we can talk about it after. Since like 2023, doing pretty good this time compared to last time. So I lost money, bro. Literally, it's like when you're in like I think that's the one part about being a creator, especially in the social media world now, is like this shit can make you lose yourself, bro. Like wake up, I look at fucking Coinbase, refresh the portfolio. Then
That's not even creators, bro.
Then yeah, that's not even good. Then I go to the social media analytics, and I'm just like, let's see how we're doing today. You know, recent posts overall. Then I go to TikTok. Then you go to YouTube. Then you check the podcast. Then I text him, and then it's just like go in my community, see how many people are doing there. What's
Time
like
to do it all over again. Then.
what's churn looking like? What's revenue looking like? And bro, and then you realize like that's definitely not the best way to start your fucking day.
It's
You
not.
know, too many numbers, which of course are important, but like the start of your day kind of dictates.
It does. I
the
think
way
that
your
first
day
30
goes.
minutes. I think the solution is to treat it like fasting. You know.
Yeah. You fast?
I mean, naturally, I usually train first thing and I eat early, so kind of naturally, but I don't intentionally kind of say like I don't stay to it strictly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the best thing to do really would be wake up, go to the gym, go for your walk, don't check the fucking phone. But it just take every day. So I'm not doing it today, man.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! What will one check? And then it's like before I know it, I've checked everything.
It
And
fries your fucking
then
brain.
you're done. Then all day it's like
Your attention span goes down.
if that hit is done within the first 15 minutes of waking up, you're fucked, man.
Yeah. This week has been one of those weeks for me where I'm fucking checking it. And like you can definitely feel the difference even when it comes to like sleep. Like my sleep hasn't been as good. But when I like usually my routine in the morning is like wake up, I walk straight to my balcony, look at the sun, just big cup of water, take a piss, like and then I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna check it. I'm just 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then look at my
I think
phone.
one thing I've heard people say is like be aware of the feeling, the compulsion, think about it, then just don't do it. And then wait, if it comes back, usually about 30 seconds later, and become aware versus, you know, you find yourself just going on the phone. But at the same time, man, like when it's flying, there'll be a day we look back and I don't know, man. Some people say like, you know, you're going to look back and say, I wish I'd have my phone. But when I hit 100K, man, that was a fucking buzz. You know, you see it like waiting for it, nearly on 100K, like you're waiting and it comes in. Like you're nearly on a mil. So like, that'll be on the mind. So it is a buzz. It is a buzz.
It is a buzz.
It is a buzz seeing it. It's not just pure. It's one of the things, at least we're seeing gain from it. I think if there's no kind of financial gain that's helping your life get better and you are literally addicted to your phone watching other people do shit, I think that's more toxic.
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons why I really decided to like put my foot down and fucking become like start creating.
So you,
I was like,
you
bro,
contribute to
can't
it.
just be a fucking consumer here. You know what I mean? There's so many opportunities to create. So let's have an excuse to fucking
Now you've got an
stare at my
excuse to
phone
do
all
it.
day.
Yeah.
But that compulsion, I was thinking that compulsion is the same way.
Yeah, that's the $1 million solution. That if someone figures it out, I think the best thing to do is put it in a different room. But then it's like, it's just hard. With making tunes, it's fucking hard because I am good at it because I get stuff done. So it's not really that much of a problem. Otherwise, if I wasn't here now with the career going well and I was on my phone all the time, I'd be like, fuck me, dude. Like, it's clear what the problem is. But I've still managed to bypass it. But I don't think it's even about the productivity. It's more about your mental state. Like, it doesn't feel good. It's like you're doing it and you know you shouldn't be doing it.
Feel like clouded.
Yeah, you still do it. Yeah. It's like going to an after party and you know you shouldn't fucking go, but you still fucking go. And then
10 TSL, 8 TSLs deep.
Yeah.
You're feeling wonky and you're like, I'm going to grab another one. That's what this week will be like for sure. So man, I mean, how are you feeling, bro, for this Basel week and space debut? Was this something in the cards that
it was? Space is obviously like that one of those clubs that you see all over Instagram. It's kind of pretty famous across Europe as well in terms of like people we see Miami going off and it's always at Space. It's took a while to happen in like the whole journey, right? 13 years and first time playing Space. I think in America though, like it took a while for this kind of sound to catch on. So I think the timing feels right now. I'm playing 2 sets, one at Paradise with Archie Almond and Seb Zeta, which will be fun. And then the closing set of the closing party with Enzo, which I suspect will go down in history books. I hope anyway. For sure. Because, it can go on all day, can't it? So the flight's not till that night. Me and Enzo play good together, good friends. I can definitely go a little deeper. I spoke to the owner of Space at Factory Town. And he was like, that set's like real one to just do what you want. So, yeah, I'm excited. Tonight at Factory Town as well will be sick with EastEnders. So, I'm just going to enjoy it. I'm really putting a focus now on these moments when it's the first of it. Just enjoy yourself. Whereas previously maybe been a bit uptight, and now I'm just like, fuck it. It's your time to enjoy it, man. So go and fucking do it.
Yeah, it's so crazy, man. Like, the party starts Sunday night.
Sunday night till Tuesday morning.
And
That's real Miami
Tuesday
style.
Morning. I'm wondering how many fucking people are gonna stay there the whole time.
In my head, I don't think Miami people can go for that long.
Bro,
do you think they can?
I don't fucking know, but I every time there's people at Space at fucking 6 p.m. on a Monday during the one, I'm just wondering, like, bro, what do you like? I mean,
On a normal week.
On a normal week, you know what I mean? Not this week. I will be there Monday, fucking being crash outs. You know what I mean? But on a normal week,
do you think on Tuesday afternoon it'll still be packed?
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude, that shit might be to the roof. You know what I mean?
That's crazy, man.
Fucking Olympic degenerates here.
Olympics, elites.
Ridiculous, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like every time I love. I mean, Space is the best. I love it. I mean, but I'm fucking out for days afterwards. I'm just like,
it takes your soul, that shit, man. But yeah, I'm interested to see what it's gonna be like with people. Yeah, I'm excited to watch it unfold this week. That's one thing. Like, I'm excited to almost be a fly on the wall of Miami, because I know at the best of times, yeah, people get fucked up here. Never mind, like, during a week like this. So yeah, maybe we'll have to do a post Miami review as well.
Yeah, what's the longest set you've played before?
In Ibiza, man. The after parties used to do, probably did like 12 hours before. I mean, I've done some long ones this last year. I did that all day long. I think I did 3 p.m. till 11 p.m. So that's 8 hours. And then I did the loft for another 4 hours. That was 12. And then we went back to my studio. So I think I did another 2 hours, 3 hours there. I've done and then, probably like fucking 15 hours, man.
You like day parties?
Day parties are better, I think.
I love day parties.
Better, man. I hate waiting around all day, and especially as a early sleeper, it suits me just to kind of get stuck in with the party instead of like sat around all night. But there is a magic in nightclubs as well. I played
for sure.
I played at Mint Warehouse in Leeds 2 weeks ago, and the party, we were debating, should I play the closing set or the one before, because in the UK people leave the party quite early. We went with the later set, which in UK was me starting at 1:30, which felt really, really late actually. Anyway, started at 1:30. Leeds is one of the very few clubs that has a strict, as soon as it hits 6 a.m. cut off. Got to be careful what I say here. But in the end, it went on until 7 a.m., which was like in the UK pretty unheard of these days. But it was those magics that couldn't have been felt in the night, because I think once it goes past a certain time, people don't know when it's going to finish. So you're like looking at your friend, like, should we stay for another 10 minutes? So he's going to finish, blah, blah, blah. They miss the taxi. One friend goes to go, we're staying. The whole experience, I've been there myself. And I'm really happy that I recreated that for some other people, because it doesn't happen these days. Space, for example, is a good place for that, 'cause it can go on for hours. But in the UK, I don't really think many places does that. So that was a long set. I think I did 5.5 in the end. And that was a bad hangover. I think I got to bed at like 8 and then had to go to Rome. And that was a day where I thought, this job is not for the faint-hearted. But again, I survived, so it's
Steel nuts, brother.
Yeah. Well, after Space, right, I'm flying to the Alps on Tuesday night at 5:15 p.m.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So, but we could miss the flight if we need to miss the flight. If it's
bro, if you're that's what, 12 hours?
Yeah.
If you make it there,
we'll see. I think 12 should be enough. You'd think that's going to satisfy the itch.
Bro, if that doesn't satisfy the itch, there's a serious.
I need to go to get some help in the Alps.
Serious fucking problem.
Yeah. But I mean,
I'm kidding. It'll satisfy.
I think that'll be enough. I hope it's enough. I hope
For sure.
But if the club's fucking rammed, but
I mean, it's not. I mean, either way, though, you would have to get your shit going. You'll probably go straight to the airport.
I think we'll go straight to the airport anyway, so I think it's fine.
You're close as fuck too.
Yeah, I think go from 4 a.m. till it'll go till whenever. I mean, if it doesn't go on all day, it doesn't go on all day. But if it does, I think
you haven't been to Space as a just goer.
No, I went as a goer for like 2 hours after Floyd, but it was in the booth and I was smashed, man. I can't remember the thing, so it's still like it's gonna be new when I go and see it for the first time. Well, not the first time, but second time will be new because I'll be hopefully.
Floyd is a great club though. Too.
Floyd's cool. Yeah, I'm playing again in February.
Nice.
Yes, I'll be back.
It's so crazy how far out you guys book shows.
Man, my next year is almost full.
Really?
Until the end of summer.
How many shows did you do this year?
Very good question. Do we know? No, I think I would guess around 80 to 100.
I was going to guess 70.
Yeah,
80.
I think probably on average, probably 1.75 a week or something like that. Because not every week I did 2 towards the start. Maybe 2 a week on average. Maybe like 100 to be fair. Because when I think about it, we did some triples and some quadruples. But around that. But then next year won't necessarily be much more. Will be more, but we're being more selective of the right shows, because I think I've gone through that thing now of like really hammering a lot of places. For example, in the UK, I won't play that many shows in the smaller cities now, because we want to just focus on it being more special when I play that. And a big focus now as well is growing outside of there. Well, I've proven myself in the UK, and it's important to me to become more recognized internationally, especially America. So I'll be over here quite a lot.
Well, I mean, I think it's
getting there. It's getting
fucking
there.
hocus pocus. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Fucking 40 guys wearing fucking
Baker
Baker
hats.
hats and shit, bro.
What
That must be such a good feeling, bro.
It's an interesting one, man, because the Brits, the haters, they hate it.
Really?
A lot now. It's split down the
It's
middle.
that supremacy, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know. I think Americans see the funny side in most things and the positive side. I think it's American culture, whereas I think British culture is the glass is often half empty, unfortunately. I'm guilty of that. You know, it's a thing that we're just it's just English culture, you know, moaning about the weather all the time and, everything's always shit. Whereas America, it's like happy for each other and more positive. I think it's like people discuss this and speak about this all the time.
yeah, you know, it's actually so funny. I forgot who told me that recently, but I mean, here in the U.S., like success is very, like,
You all cheer for each other to win.
people like, you know, it's like success is like, yeah, let's go, like,
Yeah.
always making your.
It's not like that
a
in
lot
the
of the
UK,
time,
man.
especially more like when, unfortunately, like success is very correlated to like how much money are you making, or like you got a new object or something like that. But people even then still cheer that on, and I was told
UK
that,
is not at all, man.
if you get a super nice car one day or something, it's just like, that
You wouldn't dare
fucker.
post that on your Instagram story.
Yeah, I mean-
You know, like one of our friends who's got the McLaren, like if you put his content on my story, I'd probably get fucking half my followers would unfollow me, because like in America, it's just, in the UK, it's different. I don't know why. I think I don't know. It's just the way the culture is. It's kind of like, in a way, like people keep each other in check in a way, but I also think it would be nice to be able to be more, you know, like, here's what you can do, by the way, you know, if you work hard at it, but you can't really do that. It'd be seen to be showing off in
You think
the
it's just
British.
a lack of ambition, is it?
I don't think it's lack of ambition. I just think, I don't know. I wouldn't know what the word is, but it's just ingrained into the way people are in Britain. It's just kind of like a bit. I would use the word negative a lot of the time. Like, but I would say I'm guilty of myself. You know.
Yeah, I lived in London for 6 months, like I told you before. And I mean, everyone that I spoke to was pretty fucking chill, to be honest.
But you won't notice as an American, because I feel like the vibe's infectious, and like the way you look at it as well. The way you look at it is like everyone is like happy, man. Look past the negativity.
Yeah, I had pretty good interactions. One thing I'll say, and I said it on the other pod with Dan as well, and people got kind of mad in the clip, but bro, people, you guys are maniacs out there, bro. Just drinking, like I haven't seen like the most degenerate culture I think I've seen.
I think.
And I'm not saying it as making it up. I've been in Miami, which is degenerate and degenerate.
It's different, man.
Spain, it was crazy, but
British people go out early and get hammered, man.
I think
Just
the
get hammered.
casual drinking is so like.
I don't think there is casual drinking. I think you just go out and get hammered.
Yeah,
Like, I don't think it is like, for me, for example, it's not one or two. You're either going to get smashed or you just don't go out. And I think most of my friends, I can say the same for them. Like, I don't really have many friends anymore that just go out for like 1 pint or 2 pints. You either go out and get absolutely blasted, or you just stay at home. Yeah, full send. But yeah, I don't know. Every DJ I speak to says the same, because English people will get hammered before the club. The club starts early and they'll turn up leathered. Whereas, you know,
Leathered,
Spain,
that's a
they
good
go out
word.
at 2 a.m. I played in Spain last weekend.
Where?
Barcelona. People still turn up at 3 a.m.
What club?
It was called Nizza Club. But yeah, like in England, like 3 a.m. is home time. But like, it's not home time, it's after party time. Yeah, the Brits go hard, man.
I like the Brits.
Yeah, good fun.
Yeah, no, I mean, dude, one thing I wanted to chat about. I mean, dude, we've been on for a bit now. It's been a great convo, but just going a bit more into like, dude, the 13 years is outrageous.
It's a long time, mate, but
It's a long fucking time, and it's so crazy how, you know, it's like in 1 year, all that work.
you just never know, man.
It's like, you know, you never know when the results are gonna show up. But when did you say, like when did you buy your first fucking, you know, decks? And
Well, I was 16. I went to my mate's house and he had one of those like controllers, you know, the ones that USB stick in it. And I was like, "Oh, can I have a go on this, mate?" And he was like, "It's pretty complicated, bro. Just leave it to the professionals." I'm like, "Give me a fucking go on that." And he kind of told me how to do it. Just put 2 tunes on. And I sat there and I said out loud, "I'm going to be the biggest DJ in the world." Like, kind of joking, but I thought in my head, I was like, this is me. Like, I had a few drinks. Anyway, we left that party the next day. We were thinking about going to Hideout Festival, which is in Croatia, which is where I'm playing next year, funnily enough. And I spoke to my other friend and I said, like, "Oh, mate, should we go to this festival, or should I get some decks? And I was thinking, let's go to this festival. Like, fuck the decks, man. Because I was like in my party, like, yeah, just start to experience what it's like to go and get smashed. Yeah, quite simply put. Anyway, he was like, get the decks, you'll have them forever. And I bought these CDJs. That was when I was 16. Literally went on them every fucking day, man. Every fucking day after college. Then the year after, I bought Technics, which are the vinyl ones. In between that period, I downloaded Ableton, started making tunes. And from there, man, I just fell in love with it. Like, it wasn't ever, I knew what to do as a career, but I didn't do it to make it a career. Because then there was no fucking Instagram. There was no pressure of what everyone else was doing. You just did it because you wanted to do it. You know, I'd take my decks to people's parties. They'd tell me to turn that fucking shit off with no words in. But, like, I found it funny. Like,
I would tell you to turn that shit off that had no words in.
Everyone would tell me to turn the tunes off. Like, I used to have this little speaker I'd carry. Ended up, like, when I was 17, met some older people in Manchester. I had a fake ID going to raves there. Ended up going to after parties between the ages of, like, 18 and, like, 21. Mixing, DJing there every weekend. And partying hard, man. I'll be honest, I partied fucking hard. Like, some people now, they think I'm sober, which I'm far from sober. But, like,
think you're sober?
Yeah, some people, like, think because I run, etc., that, like, I must not party.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, nah, just go to bed pretty early.
Smashed like 3 weeks ago. Right?
Yeah. But yeah, I basically just had a really good time on the journey. Like, the quote.
And what, you're 25 now, 26?
No, I'm 29, bro.
Oh shit, okay.
I'm 29, unfortunately. But, like, my life keeps getting better every year, so I'm kind of embracing getting older. I mean, I had a lot of fun when I was 25, but also a lot of fun's gonna happen at the age of 29. So
young as fuck, bro.
Yeah. A lot of partying ahead still.
A lot of fucking partying ahead. What are any big plans for the next year? I mean, of course, obviously all the shows and stuff like that, but music-wise,
I've got a lot of good tracks I'm sat on, just trying to kind of formulate how I want to put them out there.
I actually got sorry to cut you off. I got a message from my friend the other day. He's like, if you can get me a unreleased Josh track, I'll fucking do anything. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's not happening.
Not happening, bro.
Not happening.
Not happening, bro.
That's Alex. This. Alex, you're gonna have to wait.
Yeah, sorry, Alex. Exciting stuff, man. Like, playing. I'm going to Australia again in April, which has just been confirmed, like 99%. By the time this comes out, it probably will be confirmed. I'm excited about that. In general, more European shows. Like I said earlier, UK has been like a blast this year, but I think it's now time to really try and bring the same kind of impact to the rest of the world. Skyline Festival in LA in April. I've got some big studio sessions with different artists, which I'm excited about. I think one is really trying to excel as a producer. Now, I've done a lot of good stuff this year, but it's almost the same thing again with the gigs. Like, I've done good shit. Now I want to build them foundations and see what happens next. Summer, Ibiza's still in the works, but I think I'll play most of the shows that I dreamt of for a long time. And yeah, You and Me is doing 10-year tour. So we're doing something Music Week, working on it. We're doing something ADE, Sonar. We're doing a Fabric Takeover, which is already sold out. Sixth year of Hide and Seek. I'm doing a back-to-back with by the time this comes out. Maybe that'll have to be cut out. Maybe beep that bit out. Maybe beep the name out, actually.
I think you posted something about it, or maybe you didn't.
Nah. Not going to put that up anywhere. Awakenings Festival, which I'm doing. Loads of sick stuff, man. Stuff that I dreamt of. So I'm really trying to put a focus on just enjoying all of this stuff. I think I got stuck in a bit of a thing over the last, maybe the year before this, being almost like thinking it's cool to not embrace the moment and almost be like, oh, you know, back to work, grind. Whereas now it's like, just fucking enjoy it. We always speak about this, me and my team, that it's important to enjoy the moments. I think maybe we did it right in hindsight because we wouldn't have got here if we did over-celebrate wins that weren't as significant. But at the same time, a win's a win. So now it's like, this is justifying like a 5-day bender right now. But just have like, it's only the first time I'm going to come to play space for the first time. So yeah.
I think I was told that one time, and it's just like, you know, when things are starting to all fall into place and all these things that you dreamt of are now coming true, you get lost in like what more,
man. It's like, real, bro, though.
Let's take a moment here and be proud of what's happened so far, and you know, either way, you're gonna keep grinding to
the hedonic treadmill. Yeah, it's the hedonic treadmill.
I dealt with that a bit as well.
Yeah. It's like you think your happiness is gonna come when this thing happens, and like the thing happens, and you realize you didn't feel as good as you thought. But it's trying to readjust some expectations to know that, like, I think happiness comes from just the mundane day to day, but these big things are more like pleasure. You know, coming to Enter Party, this isn't going to solve your happiness playing in Space Miami. You need to make sure that, you know, your normal life is pretty locked off, but these are nice supplements to that. It's trying to get the perspective right, I think, between the different things. which I've got better at, because I think this for a bit I was like, okay, I'll be happy once I'm touring the world DJing. Then you start touring the world DJing and think, oh shit, actually this isn't what made me happy. It's, you know, it's the chill in the Monday to Friday. So it's trying to focus on both things. But yeah, man, I'm fucking buzzing. Like, everything that I really wanted to happen is happening. And if it's not happened yet, I've got the confidence and patience, which is important, to know it will come. And yeah, I think just in general of the journey that we've never felt, as me and my team, we've never ever felt disheartened if things have been said no to us. Certain conversations and opportunities that we wanted to pursue at certain times, if they'd happened, I wouldn't have got here. Certain people we wanted to work with, certain gigs we really wanted, they didn't want us for whatever reason at certain times, and it actually worked out better. You know, the classic everything happens for a reason, who knows if it does. But yeah, just always kind of not going with the flow, because that's not how we've been, but we've always kind of kept control within our hands and known that, okay, if that's not worked now, we'll make sure this happens in the future.
100%. That's fucking amazing. And how many of you on the team now?
So I've got my manager, Kurt, Jim, who's my agent, Jake, my videographer. I've got Hannah, who's my logistics booker, and Murray, who's my photographer / party partner.
That's fucking amazing, bro. Well, honestly, man, we're hitting the gym.
We can hit the gym, bro. Show you how to live properly, bro.
Let's fucking do it, man. It was such a good fucking convo. Thanks for coming on, Josh. And to another great fucking year, bro.
Pleasure, brother. It's been great to meet you, talk, and now hopefully see if you've got any strength in you.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Safe, brother.
We definitely got to do some funny vlogs too at some point.
Yeah, man. Well, maybe do some vlog in the gym if we can.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
See.
That's a wrap.
That's a
nice
wrap.
on, brother.
That was a good one.